Relations between the United Arab Emirates and Russia. Russia and the United Arab Emirates, UAE, are involved in diplomatic relationships since 1971. However, the increase in the development of bilateral relationships is observed since 2003, and for the past decade, significant progress has been achieved in the multiple areas of the country's collaboration. In the last few years, the total amount of mutual investments between the countries has exceeded $18 billion. The non-oil commercial trade is considered to be of significant interest in the states and is regarded to be one of the directions for further collaboration. The overall turnover in cross-countries trade has achieved $2.5 billion, and as the collaboration will continue, the financial indications are expected to be increased. Potential benefits of the collaboration with Russia. Many researchers claim that the Persian Gulf countries' role in the global economy has increased. Therefore, the UAE and Russia collaboration benefits both countries because their governments recognize the opportunities for investments in the Middle East region and the consequent profits. Since Russia has economic and political power in the region, the alliance with the government of the country will assist the UAE in attaining a more advantageous position. Nowadays, Iran is considered to be a crucial element of security in the Persian Gulf region. Russia and Iran maintain an alliance of convenience. The technological and military innovations are of the most significant interest to Tehran. Russia continues to invest in Iran's technological development as both of the countries are currently exposed to sanctions from the West. The protection of President Assad's rule in the circumstances of the Syrian conflict is one more common interest of the two countries. The Russian government representatives acknowledge that the expansion of the cultural and economic relations with Tehran supports regional security improvement. Due to the relationship maintenance, Russia gained influence over Iran. The Russian advantageous political position in the region induced Iran's involvement in the discussion of the potential ways for the Syrian conflict resolution. For UAE, the strengthening of ties with Russia is of strategic importance. Russian influence in the region has increased over the past decade. UAE can use the relationship with the friendly state as a benefit in the conflict resolution and peacemaking processes. The conflicts between some of the Gulf countries are ongoing, and the military intervention proved to be an insufficient and a short-term result. Thus, by increasing its economic power through trade partnerships, the UAE will increase its political influence as well. Suggestions for the bilateral relationship development. The future cooperation opportunities between UAE and Russia may be aimed at the field of energy, trade, tourism, and technological advancement in the hydrocarbon sector. Recently, the UAE has introduced initiatives for the realization of the civilian nuclear energy program. However, the Emirati government faces environmental and technological obstacles on the way to the energy sector improvement, and assistance from Russia, in this case, can be beneficial for the UAE. The Russian energy companies remain highly competitive and profitable regardless of the sanctions imposed by the European countries and the USA. The energy sector in the country is well developed and may be considered as one of its advantages in the global market. Through collaboration with the Russian government, the UAE will obtain the opportunity to overcome the obstacles on the way towards the energy sector improvement and will find a strong and reliable nuclear resources supplier. While practicing the nuclear program, it is important to ensure its safety and security. The implication of the advanced technologies provided by Russian partners can support the control and sustainability of peaceful nuclear energy as well as decrease nuclear waste and make the costs regulations more efficient. The refinement of the trade relationship is one more opportunity for the ties to strengthen. Nowadays, the mutual trade between Russia and UAE isn't large-scale, and it doesn't correspond to the potential and interests of both countries. Due to the Russian currency value depreciation, the government tries to attract the UAE financial institutions in an attempt to meet the growing financial demands. Because of the sanctions imposition and the oil prices decrease, the Russian economy shrinks. For the country, the Middle East and Asia are the preferable directions for its economic flow movement and collaboration, and investments from UAE would play a crucial role in the economic situation improvement. For UAE, commercial cooperation with Russia and investments in its infrastructure is beneficial as well. First of all, commercial activity is one of the main resources of profitability. And secondly, as was already mentioned, the political and economic influence of Russia in the Gulf region is of strategic importance for the UAE. Therefore, by supporting its economic sustainability, the Emirati government can contribute to its political power enforcement. The investments in the Russian economy may be regarded as a contribution to the strengthening of the diplomatic ties between the countries, and, as a result, the Emirates government will evolve its ability to control regional conflicts. Potential trade-offs. Along with the development of the relationship with Russia, the UAE maintains collaboration with the USA. Since US's and Russian interests in the region are different, the current UAE-US relationships thus may be regarded as a possible challenge for the strengthening of collaboration with Russia. In case the Emirati government chooses to support Russian interests, its diplomatic relations with the USA will likely be deteriorated. In this case, the UAE will lose investments from the US banks, and it will negatively affect Emirati economic sustainability. The US government complies with the anti-terrorism policies, and the UAE is its ally in the region. The deterioration of the relationship between the countries may thus provoke additional political conflicts. The fact that the UAE isn't a member of NATO can be regarded as a positive factor. In comparison to the European official organizations, Russia keeps up with the different methods of peace establishment, and the Emirati non-membership thus will help to avoid political tensions when attempting to support Russia.